We party all the time, I can see Luke. People ready to sneak around, yeah, they like to spook. All the parties in the corner, handing out balloons. Rockin' boppers off the tall, jumping out the tunes.
Hey everyone, this is Trenton, aka the Garbage Pail Kid. I'm coming back at you with GPK Live number 22, I believe. What we're going to go over today is just a little bit of just why we collect, kind of what we actually do collect, and how we actually store it, since it seems like everybody has their own for all three of those things. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we got a pretty full house here, so we're going to bring on, we got Ricky, Joe, Stacy, Caden, Rob, and Bobby. Oh, and some feedback somewhere. Okay, I think we got it. Oh, does anybody else hear that, or is it just me?
It's a little feedback.
Here's some echo.
Okay. All right, let's see here.
Stacy looks like she smelled something funny.
Please stand by for technical.
Oh, now she's gone.
I don't have anything extra on mine going on either.
Now I'm gone. Now I'm back.
Looks like Joe. Somehow
Need
you
Caden
got
to fix
some
that
feedback.
audio issue. Caden's got it. He was running around the background like a garbage pail
Yeah,
kid
'cause
for
once
sure.
Once
He
I pull
was.
you off, Joe, it goes away.
Oh, it's Joe.
Yeah.
Joe,
Using is my phone on
Joe, something's making funny sounds on your end.
It sounds gargly, evil. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like you have a
Is there an extra window open?
satanic Bluetooth
Oh,
connection.
not at all.
I'll show a card later on that maybe that's what's causing Joe's problem.
Yeah, you got your card back, right? The one from Becky?
Yep. I will show that in my how I store cards. portion.
I'm sure you just have that just sitting on your desk, nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe a pen and
Coaster.
sleeve.
You use it. You put a beer on top of it, don't you? Just coaster.
Yeah. Exactly.
Gives it character.
Sure.
It's acrylic paint. It'll be all
That'll
right.
be fine. Yeah.
You know, I did give my mom and dad some Pokemon cards just in case.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we may have to open some Pokemon cards at some
Yeah.
point.
It's a Pokemon.
I don't have any of those to open though.
No.
We got Halloween ones. He has like 50 packs of them.
Uh-huh. And you can get like
Maybe you'll get a sketch.
150 Pokemon.
You're not that cool.
That is actually the right answer. I hope you actually knew that.
I did. The episodes tell me why.
Oh, that's good.
You hang
But-
around with her.
But yeah, anything exciting to happen to anybody this week at all? Anybody win the
Nothing
lotto or
especially.
anything?
I got to sweat a bunch today at work. That was exciting.
That's always good.
Had my 20th wedding anniversary this week. So
Oh, well, congratulations.
my wife's she's put up with me for 20 years, so that's great. Yeah.
That's a hell of
Probably
a-
even a little longer than that.
Probably, yeah. Actually, true. Very true. Yeah.
It's probably only really putting up with once you tie the knot, though. Beforehand, it's all cute.
Yeah. After 20
Yeah.
years, we took the day off. We just go around and do errands. We don't really do anything exciting. We just went to Sam's.
You get full
There you go.
cards.
To
Mom
another
gets to
normal
watch
restaurant,
more.
Nothing special, But that's what we want to do. It's what you do. So
Yeah. I always feel like old school.
Like,
What's
yeah, I'm
that?
content with just the movie at home, dinner at home. I'm
Yeah.
good with that.
yeah, there wasn't any movies we wanted to see. So we're like, no. We bought a mixer. She wanted a KitchenAid mixer. We saw a new one. She bought one. It goes on
There you
sale.
go.
So why not?
It's amazing. So
Yeah,
I get it.
I'm happy. It's real simple stuff, right? Just like card collecting. It's just simple comfort food, kind of
Yeah,
comfort
there you go.
collecting. Yeah, that's what it's about.
of course, a lot more expensive than collecting KitchenAids.
Yeah, but we don't want anybody to know that.
I don't know.
We
KitchenAid
keep
is
that on
very
the down low.
expensive.
I'm
I don't
saying,
have too many garbage pail kids that
Yeah,
cost as much as a KitchenAid.
Dad,
What's up?
did you see me coming flying in here?
Yes, I did.
I just fell down where I...
But I guess unless some. Oh, hey, let me go to chat here. Sorry. Let's see if we got anybody. Oh. Appreciate it there, Trippy Rips. Been trying to work on it.
Yeah, I do enjoy the intro. It's very cool.
Yeah, I like that Rob looks like he's in witness protection of all
Yeah.
those versions. That's cool. It's a very good, cool picture. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you grabbing one for me that's like 20 years old. That's great. I didn't, it's
Well,
very
you
nice.
didn't really have a whole lot of them. So
I
it was a
don't.
little
No,
bit-
somehow I don't have a lot out there. So we'll make
and,
something.
you did have an opportunity to send me one, so I
I
figured.
did. But I thought, what? Dumb.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah.
Just
Less
pick
work,
one
I
that
got-
makes me look young.
Yeah, right. I still have the same shirt somewhere.
There
I
you go.
kept forever, so I can just recreate that picture later. I'll just shave and I'll recreate it. So
Nice.
yeah, we'll make it.
I know I need to try to do one when we're all younger or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I'll send you some. We're gonna
And
send you
you
some
can't-
when we were kids. I think
and you
Jerry, you've got a
you can't
couple,
stop.
right? I saw one earlier in private. Yeah, it was a funny one.
That one was
You got to use that one.
That wasn't too bad. So that's the bad thing. I don't have too many of me when I was younger. I got a few, but
My mom has all my stuff when I was younger. I took a few pictures of some like stuff to send to some old friends and stuff, but they're not like something that would work well for that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Mine
That's
are
a pretty cool.
on my
Intro.
parents' wall
There you go.
Yeah.
for everyone to see the moment they walk in the house.
Try to get creative and get everybody going from a kid to an adult or something.
Hello, random Facebook user.
Greetings,
Yeah,
Facebook.
whoever we got on
Hey, Zuckerberg.
Yeah. We appreciate it on Facebook.
Hey,
You're more
Mark.
than welcome to be on Facebook, but you do we can see the name and everything of who you are if you jump on YouTube. So it's up to you. You'll just show up to us as Facebook users. So apologize if we don't know who you are.
Oh wait, hang on. If I switch over to this real quick,
Oh, yeah, I guess go onto Facebook.
where did
Into
it
Facebook
go?
and review it.
I
Yeah.
I'm
just
bad
saw
enough
it.
keeping up with chat. As
We
it
have
is.
the technology. We have it.
Yeah,
It's
I can't find
cloudy.
it. I saw it for a second, but then I can't find it now.
To make it work.
Just if you would put your social security number out in the chat for us and
Yeah.
your name, we'll be able to identify you properly. Be happy to.
Might as well put your PIN number on there too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, save some time.
Mm-hmm.
All relative information, please.
Yes,
Thank you.
pertinent.
Bobby, how's it going over in England right now? How's the weather?
Yes, all right. It's warming up, or starting to warm up. 'Cause it's been pretty cold, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's starting to warm up.
I know. Hopefully tomorrow we'll hit 30 and we'll stay that way for the rest of the year.
It's been crazy.
I
We're
know.
supposed to hit 80 something tomorrow.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, it's like
That's
in the
almost-
70s here.
Bob, okay?
What'd you say?
I said we're gonna come visit you and get out of this weather.
There you go. Definitely over the winter.
I'm
yeah,
done.
summertime. No,
You
I
don't
don't
like
miss
shoveling
that.
snow? I thought that was fun.
Wait, isn't spring past now? Isn't it
Supposed
technically
to
spring?
be. Yep.
Yeah, it's spring.
So this is crap.
Yeah. You're,
Yeah.
you're up in the dairy area, though. That's what you get. You're in a refrigerator, so. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
you
Gotta
made
make
the
sure
choice.
milk and
not
cheese
to.
stays good.
Yeah, we got lots of good cheese around here.
Mhm.
So yeah, don't mind the Rick and Morty doll flying around.
Mhm. Oh, that's good. It's all cool.
It's like Trippi's in Florida. I love
90
visiting Florida. I
oh,
don't know if I
man.
could live there, but my grandparents had a house there, and I had aunts and uncles, so we always went to Florida a lot.
That humidity, I
It's
could-
the only place I've ever been that's stickier than Houston.
Haven't been here. Yeah. Yeah. Florida's sticky. Where I'm at, sticky.
That's what I liked about Arizona. It was hot, but I mean, they say like the dry heat, but I mean, it makes such a difference. 90 in Arizona is absolutely beautiful weather.
That's crazy.
90 in Wisconsin, you want to kill somebody.
Yeah,
Now
you guys aren't prepared for it.
Does that ever
No.
happen? 90 up there?
Find some water and stay in it all day.
Right.
We got pythons moving in. It's just in the chat. Yeah, you have a big python problem over there. Yeah.
Pythons
No,
or-
thank
Little
you.
pets that get away.
No.
Yeah, that's. I don't even like seeing them at the zoo.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Florida's nice, but it's good to visit. It's a good place
Exactly,
to visit.
that's
Yeah,
that
I
was my
think. And I have family down there too. A few places. So
Looks like a beautiful place. Plus, it's where my favorite football team, Buccaneers, are from. So One day I'd
How'd you
like to
end
go
up on
see.
that? How'd you end up on that?
I don't even know because the crazy thing was I lived in Washington State at the time. I hated the Seahawks. Oh, hey, we got somebody else here. We got a couple people.
Oh, look, Tiny Dan.
What's the day?
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, wait, no, we got two from Dan here. There we go.
There he is.
Hey,
What's up,
Dan.
Sam?
Hey,
How's it going, Dan? Sorry, I
the
didn't.
bounty
see it.
hunter. There he is.
There he is. And I can see your name this time. You're not just anonymous guy.
Random person.
Random
What the hell? He
user
doesn't know who I
X14.
am.
I know. Facebook
Bobby
user.
B,
How did
yes,
he not
I know
get?
who you are. And I recognize that beard anywhere.
Yeah.
Kipper, how's it going?
Hey, it's going great, man. Good to see you on here.
How are the markers? Markers good?
They're good. They're somewhere dry. I've had to refill them, man. I'll tell you what. When you're in the middle of a set and they dry up, you're like throwing ink everywhere. It's a pain in the butt.
Question: do you use what's the big name brand?
Copic. Probably Copic.
Copic?
The
Is that what you use?
overpriced Japanese ones. I do, but you know what? I buy them half price online. I get bulk and deals from resellers. I got a guy in Florida actually, so you know, might be trippy here in the chat. But I buy them for about half price retail.
Can you? Okay, quick question. I'm gonna dig into the sketch thing. Can you refill any markers or a Copic special in that?
Some of the markers do sell the ink, but it's pretty much do they sell the ink or do they sell the brush refills? There's a couple of the brands that do, but there's some that don't. Like Prismacolor, they don't resell the ink and they don't resell the tips, so they're use and throw away. So
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start out. I've been doing a little research on some good budget ones that people that do a lot of work with them recommend. Stuff you can buy on Amazon for quite a bit cheaper. So.
yeah, there's some other good cheaper brands. Nothing wrong with them. All alcohol markers are compatible with each other. So if you want to use some Copic and use some other stuff, blend them together, no problem. It's just alcohol marker ink. So
Yeah, but I figured I'd start cheap and mess up a bunch of times, and rather than spend a bunch of money to mess up.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Copics I've had since 2014. I still use them. Here's one right here. Yeah, I've had this for that long and it still works. So refilled it, but no
So
problem.
what do those run about? $5 a pop, or
Yeah, I get them for like $4.50 usually.
okay?
These,
So
something like
how much
that.
does it cost to like refurbish them to make them new again?
It could vary. Like a pack of super brushes to go on the ends. I mean, a pack of those is a couple dollars. So, refurbing them, then the ink with it. The ink used to be the price of a marker. So
okay.
It's hard to measure, really, Rob, because it's over time. I'm refilling the marker multiple times.
Well,
so.
if it's the same price, what's the allure to refilling them? Seems like it'd be easier to just buy another one.
Yeah.
Well, it's accessibility. If I need a marker right here, right now, I can refill it. I can just keep reusing
You
the
get
same
more
marker.
than
So
one
sometimes the
refill
markers.
out of a
Yeah,
refill.
you get multiples.
Oh,
yeah, you
okay.
get like
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm saying like you get like 10, 12 refills out of it.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Making
Yeah.
sense now. Making sense.
So you can
But it's hard to have them go as good as new. Even if you
okay.
replace the tip and
Yeah.
fill it up with ink,
yeah.
it doesn't feel or rarely feels like a brand new pen. Sometimes you got to break them in, or
Yeah,
it's-
you've got to feel how many
hit and
drops of
miss.
ink in there. There's all kinds of ideas about how much ink to put in there and this or that. There's a whole thing about that. But for me too, Rob, I'm using the airbrush system with Copic, so I like that. But I have one over here. They have empty ones too. They have empty markers. I've used other brands of ink in them too. So if I like a shade of ink from somebody else, I can fill this thing up and I can airbrush or use it. And this is a Spectrum Noir. Spectrum Noir is another brand I used to use a long time ago. And
Sounds mysterious.
yeah, so this was a cheaper one, and it was just a quick empty sketch marker. It's red.
Cool.
So.
Do the shades
Appreciate the help.
actually come out like equally when you refill them in that? Like, are they or do you notice sometimes a difference in the refill shade versus what you wanted?
The shade's pretty dead on. Those alcohol markers are pretty right on with the shades. What you have to make sure is you need gunk in the caps. You have to make sure that your tips don't gunk up and get nasty, because then they'll start applying kind of weird. So you need to really watch your brushes more than the shade. The shade's always going to be fine, but these tips, you have to replace them. And if you abuse them and you grind around and you blend with them a lot, you'll have to replace them. You'll get, if you hit like carbon with them or something, or graphite, I should say, over time it'll clog them up and make them nasty. So you're going to have to replace them and make sure you get them placed inside the body correctly. it's too far out, it's going to be weird. Too far in, it's going to be weird. So there's a little tricks to it, but it's not hard. And other markers are the same way. Like other vendors do the same have the same issues with them. I use these touch markers too from they're a Korean brand, and I use their skin tones with that. I have their skin tone color refill for that. So this is the neon. I use these for blacklight stuff sometimes. Not always, but
they
I like these too.
reactive?
Yeah, some of these are blacklight reactive, and some of them are actually better than the Copics. So
one thing I will say about cheaper brands, and it's more just to keep an eye out for it, is because I think they're just as good as Copic. I think Copic stands above when it comes to skin tones, but other brands, when it comes to other colours, there's not a massive difference. One benefit to it is you get a bit bigger colour palette, in the sense of there are some colours you just won't find exact with Copic, or at least I struggle to get hold of them in the UK. Whereas I'll find one with Ohuhu, or however you pronounce it, and that one tends to work fine. But with the cheaper ones, you tend to get a lot that are advertised as brush point, but then you'll get them and they're broad point, which is like the chisel end. And some people, use the chisel end fine, but I'm not a fan of them really, unless I'm trying to do a real thin straight line or something. They're a bit hit and miss, so I'm all about the brush tips.
Yeah,
So
I heard good things about that as far as blending and being able to do stuff like that.
That's the big thing. The Copic brush tips are hard to beat. They're very nice. I've usually everything else is measured against them as far as the brush. The super brush, which is called, is just the best. It's really the best. Many of them come close to it or just fine, but Bobby's right. You can get some that are kind of off. And Copic has actually a larger palette if you can find them all, but some of them are kind of questionable. Like they have multiple gray sets, which you're probably never going to use the top end of those. And there's a lot of markers in Copics you're not going to need. There's just so many you could buy. I think it's 358. I think it's 358 colors they have available. And I think the other ones, like there's top out around 260-ish around there somewhere. But look, you're just not going to need that many colors. You can blend things together. You could use grays and some other colors to make different darker tones and things. So, but like you were thinking about, just experiment with some cheaper ones first. I think they're great too. Those cheaper brands, some of them maybe they sacrifice on the archival quality. Maybe they don't archive as long, but I don't think you really care about that. That means how much sunlight can they take? Well, they shouldn't be taking sunlight in the first place, right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
so
my stuff,
light fast ratings on this stuff. Yeah, markers aren't considered light fast usually anyway. So it's just all these selling points. Play with everything. I have pro markers. I have Copic. I have Prismacolor. I have weird things that don't have names on them. I try all the cheap brands. I go to Michael's, I go to Hobby Lobby, and I try their brands as well. They're cheap brands, or cheaper, because they're not cheap. None of them are cheap.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I've tried theirs, and they're actually pretty good. They usually put off a lot more odor. I've noticed that on the cheaper brands, they have more odor to them.
Is it like a good odor, like grape and things like those markers?
Yeah, my kids got some of those.
Yeah,
but they seem to be a little more pungent.
I thought I saw Ferocious. Did he hop down?
No, he's chilling right here in my lap.
Hey, buddy.
Well, I know we got sidetracked on markers, but how do you guys store your cards away from light? Talking about light damage and stuff about markers. What about that? Because that's something I always worry about. Like if
I store my cards is on a second floor, and there's no windows in the room. So
you do.
I mean, there's LED light in here, but that's about it.
That's no UV
and most
stuff.
Most of my fancy stuff's in one touches anyways, and those are UV protected. So.
Yeah, at least any of the newer ones are.
Yeah.
So I've got these things, and these are how I store my collections now. And I love these because they have a cover, but you can go 4 across.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I love the binders. The only thing I don't like is you don't get to see the backs.
That's the only
downfall I'd say that has ever kept me from those ones.
Yeah. Just get 2 sets and store one on the back side.
There you go.
So you guys don't double up on the sleeves, huh? Like you're supposed to when you're a kid. Like you double up when you're putting your cards in.
Well, I mean, mine are all in sleeves in the page.
Yeah, so are mine. If you take any of these out, they're grab this one. It's still in a.
And these things hold so many freaking cards. Like,
Yeah, they hold 480 cards.
yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
Impressive.
And this
And
is
then
like,
I went ghetto because I'm not, I bought these used off of one of the marketplaces and just wrote what it is on the spine, so I know what's in.
Sure.
Dan, are those the Dex brand ones?
Yes.
How wide are those?
Don't you talk dirty to me, Rob.
No, these are a little
Demonetized.
floppier, but they're 12 inches wide, so I can fit them on my shelf flat really well.
These
Whereas
are
the
wide
zippy
ones.
ones. The zippy ones are like 14 and a half inches wide, and they don't fit on anything.
Let me get these. I mean, these are pretty wide, but I have the shelves like Retro Hero has.
Yeah.
So these things, I mean, as you can see, they fit. See the colorful ones that are pink and that over there? That's those. But I also have the Vault X ones over here.
Yeah. See, those won't fit on any of my IKEA shelving because
But I mean, they just fit in over there. But I mean, they work.
I mean, they're real nice. Don't get me wrong. I keep all my online sets in those because those are getting stupid expensive. So
Yeah,
that they are.
That's why I
Everything's
keep all
getting
those.
stupid expensive.
Yep.
So you penny sleeve them, they slide in those, and you're good. Is that it?
They go in penny sleeves and in there.
I'll give you guys a huge recommendation. I played Magic for years and years, and so I was like kind of messing around with what the best kind of sleeves were for your cards. And the gaming sleeves are a little too much. I do have some of my sets in gaming sleeves that are clear on both sides, but they're a little bit of a tight fit and they're pretty thick. But I found this company called Sleeve Kings, and they sell through Amazon or through their website, and they make it's like 88 by 66 and a half or something like that millimeters, and they fit Garbage Pail Kids real nice, just a little loose, so it's easy to get the cards in there. And they're about 3 times as thick as a standard penny sleeve. So it's also more protection, and it makes them slide in the side loading binders like 1,000 times easier than a normal penny sleeve. Those things, you're fighting with them to where they don't wrinkle and crease and all that stuff while you're sliding them in.
Now, Rob, you were asking about the Dex ones.
Yeah.
They're basically 12 and a half by 12 and a half. 12 and a half tall, 12 and a half.
I might have to think about some of those for the higher end sets because I think 12 and a half will fit. I use this. It's like a tray thing IKEA sells where you're supposed to put papers in them.
Yeah.
But it works real good for stacking binders up. And I can fit with these thin ones, I can fit 2 of them on each shelf. Whereas before with 1.5 inch binders, A, I didn't get as many cards in them, and B, I can only get 1 per shelf. So I've almost like cut my number of shelves I'm using down almost 50%. Like it's like you fit so many more in there.
Yeah, I just like the ones with 4 so that this way you can see A and B, because with any of the 9 pocket sleeves, something goes cattywampus. I mean, you're either doing all the A's on one and it's just, I don't know. OCD and me goes crazy.
I think the 9-page ones are great.
Oh no, yeah.
The 9-page ones, the 9 per page are great if you're making Chrome sets with the C cards.
Yeah,
unless it's Chrome 4, and then Chrome 4 just throws everything out of whack because you're gonna get off somewhere because of the extra cards.
Well, I did realize there's a cheat way with the 9 pockets, and I don't.
Yeah, you run them up and down, or the 12 pockets, you run them up and down for 3 card runs.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can also I do the atomic set, the refractor set, and then the base set, and then I go green. And anyways, but with the 9 pocket sleeves, if you want to cheat, put 1 page in first, and then on the back side you can put cards in, so that when you have them side by side and you've got 3 and 3, you'll have 6, and you can do 2, 2, and 2.
Yeah,
and you can continue that trend. You just have to skip the first page.
Okay.
So, little hack for anybody that wants to do that.
Well, I mean, that's what we're here to let the people know about, the things that are good. But, I was mentioning it before, but the Sleeve King sleeves are also, and don't worry, I don't work for them. I'm just plugging them for you.
Yeah, I see. It's written right there in the back.
Yeah,
promoted by
right?
Sleeve King.
Yeah. But no, they're $250 for 110 pack, and they are made for gaming for like kind of not like big money stuff like Magic and Pokemon and stuff like that, but more for like, tabletop games are all the rage and people love them. They always have card games, and that card game may have like 1,000 cards in it, like something like Cards Against Humanity or something like that. And you don't want to buy a bunch of gaming sleeves because it would cost $1 gajillion. But $250 for 110 is not much more than a standard penny sleeve pack, and they're so much better. They're also cut. The top isn't quite as tall on them, so they're like it's closer to the top of the card, but just goes a little bit over, so it's real nice.
I just ordered a bunch of penny sleeves, but if you guys know me, I don't order just one or two. I order a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Got to get them by the case.
Yeah, I'm about
what's that?
You got to get them by the case.
Yep, I'm about 4,000 of these sleeves in, which leaves me with a whole lot of old school penny sleeves that have barely been used. They got stacks of them, but I use them for sleeving up sets to sell to people and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll throw it in. I just ordered 2 cases of penny sleeves, so 20,000 just came today.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've gone through that many, so I mean.
Yeah, it's like I buy those big things thinking I'll never need any more, and you always need more.
Yeah, 3 months later. Well, because I sleeve everything base, and I mean, literally, I have 45 Chrome 4 sets, 45, and I'm not done.
Gosh.
And I think I have 45 Chrome 3, so
just a few.
Bobby B's like, you're an idiot. Dummy.
I didn't draw any of those.
Wow. Not one sketch. Didn't find any sketches in those either.
Yeah.
Not one. No.
In what? No, not in Chrome, but I did. Listen, Kipper,
He's like,
I gotta get you. You got to do one of these sketches for me.
Who? Fat Ferocious or Dead Fred?
Listen, for Tommy Gunn.
Oh, Tommy Gunn.
Tommy
Sorry.
Gunn, yeah.
Or a Fat Ferocious. You can't do this one. Bobby B did that. That's a special one. But yeah, I need a Tommy Gunn from Kipfer because I don't have one yet.
There you go.
I did him.
And as far as sketches go, I think I'm up to like, I don't know, 20, 30 of Tommy Gunn.
I've only ever done him once. I did a panel of him in the 35th.
Oh, time to do another one then, huh?
Yeah. I never did one. So.
But make it a triptych. Pick it up a notch, right?
But yeah, right. I'll put real bullet holes in it. That's what I would want to do.
Hey, let's do it.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd do it. Yeah.
Well, for the size
Muzzle
of the
burn
card,
everything.
if you're going to do real bullet holes, I'm looking at it now. You might want to use a 22. Don't use the 45.
Oh, yeah, we'll use a 22. We want to get the muzzle burn from a 22. It can be bigger. Unless it's a bigger format, we can.
There you go.
Right. I do have the big.
I'll tell you, I don't think I can make a video of that. Would go very well on YouTube, but I'll put it somewhere else. They frown upon those. Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That was a twofer.
Yeah. Cool.
And then like my my other stuff that is not in my collection, rainbows or whatever, I just throw in top loaders in a shoebox.
You got to get the colored
parallels and all that stuff.
So I brought my my Igloo rainbow, sort of. It's not quite done, but I brought it in a case here. I kind of pulled up the wall. So I've started to try to put that like this rainbow in this.
Ooh. Is that just a frame?
This is just it's made for cards. It's made for, I think it will accommodate like PSA or SCA, whatever, but it's made for card display. It's UV protected.
Very nice.
Yeah, I got off Amazon. I think they're $50 when I bought them. They were on
How
sale.
many will they hold, did you say?
24, I think, or no, 48 or something like that. I can't recall.
Okay, yeah, because I think I have 36 for Britt and Aggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you got 8 across and 3 down, so 24.
Yeah. 24 in these. I bought 2 of them. So I bought 2 of them.
Yeah, I would need at least 2.
Yeah, I bought 2 just to try them out, but and that one fell over because I moved it. But yeah, I started to do that. Maybe I'll put it better. They're just on top loaders, but I might put them in something nicer, But I don't know.
I can never get the full rainbow of things because them supers are insane crazy.
Well, I went a little bit of sapphire on this one too, up to the green, but that's about it. And I've got
Nancy,
to the rose.
if you ever want to do one of these lives, just message Trenton, and he'll send you links. The only invite you'll see is when he posts, "Hey, we're doing a video tonight."
Yeah.
And then I
Dave?
shared mine, and I think Ricky shares it on his page too.
Yeah, it's on my page tonight too. Yeah.
So,
I say let me know. I can always. I don't think I have you on mess. Okay, yeah. Next time, definitely get a hold of Robert. We'll get you a link to it.
yeah.
Say we got
Yeah.
two squares left
Ever
over there.
commissioned a shoe for a sketch?
What's that?
One of the comments. Has anyone ever commissioned a shoe for a sketch?
I have not, but I've seen Zapata do it on shoes at conventions.
No, he was selling his own brand of shoe.
Okay. Yeah.
He made some shoes. So
Yeah, but
I
it
know
was
he-
cool to watch him sketch a shoe.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
he was doing. I think he told everybody he would sketch.
he
the
would
shoe
draw his own,
model.
on his own shoes. Sure. Yeah.
Listen, Bobby B, I can send you a pair of brand new Jordans. You could draw something on there.
There you go.
Yeah, can do.
So
That's going to us.
my favorite thing for rainbows are these dudes right here.
Definitely.
That's nice. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Nice.
try the one-touch ones. I haven't found them at a reasonable rate yet. These are
Ultra
still
Pros.
$6 on Amazon, so I have a lot of these.
How much?
These are $6 for the
Oh
normal.
yeah,
Ultra Pro
you're
ones.
gonna pay.
They're
you
like
can-
$20 a pop.
Yeah,
I
you're gonna pay a little more.
I think for the next rainbow I'll try one of them, just test it out, because these are a pain. I penny sleeve these beforehand, and then with the penny sleeve, they like to scoot around in there. So I put a little double-sided tape on the back of each penny sleeve to hold them in there real good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
say half
my
mine.
latest conquering. Is my double rainbow of 9 Inch Neil and Tech Trent.
Nice.
Nice.
And I know Trenton's
Yeah.
always asking what everybody's favorite pickup of the week is. And I kind of wanted to say that this.
Is that a plate for Rodman?
Oh, that's from your
Oh, nice.
Retro Hero trade, was it?
Yeah, it's a plate of dyed Dennis.
Nice.
Nice.
And then I also got this
Awesome.
this week.
Oh, Four-Eyed Ida. Or maybe the other one.
Yeah. Well, this
Double
double
Iris. Nice.
That I did a break. I did my first break ever. Nobody bought that spot. And
Sweet. It's yours now. I am still on the Ophir on plates. Never pulled one.
Yeah, same either. Not too sure. Anybody know what Merino airs? Is that something I'm?
Aren't they a shoe?
Moreno?
For the shoe sketch.
That might be a kind of.
Oh, is that the Nike kind of one, like the Jordans?
They were asked. He said he asked about commissions of shoe sketches, and then asked about the
Maybe it's Victor Moreno.
Exactly.
Moreno.
Victor Moreno.
Oh, gotcha.
It's
That
about-
makes more sense.
That's what I thought it was.
Get some garbage reel shoes. My pickup of the
Garbage-
week,
garbage
and what
pail
I was talking
Nikes.
about earlier, is this.
Yeah. That's
oh yeah.
That's epic.
Yeah, and I was gonna say we need to give Joe's microphone an exorcism. It sounds like.
Oh, it's toned down now. It's toned down now.
Yeah.
This is a Valentine sketch, but it is not from a box.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a little too much work to put on something.
Yeah,
for
it took about a year and a half in line to get up
Oh,
to the front of
damn.
the queue with Becky. And as soon as I got the card, I messaged her again. I was like, "Put me back in line."
Super cool, man. That's really cool.
And then this is actually just showing off how I put my favorite cards. I like them, and I like these one touches. I wouldn't ship them in anything like this, but for
No.
sitting around in the house, they're real nice.
If you blue
Is that
tape
just a
them, you're
base
okay.
card?
That would be the green outfield air.
Oh. The green thin line up at the top.
Yeah, it's right up. It's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but
It's on the upper right hand corner.
yeah.
Do you no longer play Magic at all? Magic. the Gathering?
I still have all my stuff, but I haven't played in probably 6 to 8 months. I used to play competitive, and then I got real sick of playing competitive, so I
You
started
were
playing.
shuffler. Because I've watched a fair few matches of it. I've never played it myself, but some of them shuffle their cards so quick. 'Cause
Oh
obviously
yeah,
they have
those
several
guys,
sleeves
yeah.
on them to keep their cards safe. But
I played with people that get mad. Like I used to play a very expensive format, and I shuffle like I would normally shuffle cards, and they'd be like, "That's my deck. Don't shuffle them that way. Shuffle them that way." I'm like, "Sorry." I was like, "I shuffle my expensive cards just like that." But no, I play it kind of casually amongst friends. And
Hasn't the rules of that game been changed to the point where it's like I don't know enough about it, but
well, I mean,
I
the
swear
core
they've
rules
like
are still
released a
the
load of
same.
cards and
They have just built upon it and added new kind of cards and mechanics, but the core rules are still pretty much the same. Have been for, I mean, they've made changes here and there, but at least for 15 years, it's pretty much been the same thing. It makes me feel old when I realize that this year is the 30th anniversary of Magic.
wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't make you feel old that we've already gone through over 35 years of gun
Yeah,
focus?
we're almost 40. Yeah. I mean, almost 40 years of GPK. I wish I was only almost 40.
I wasn't born yet.
I was going to say, you're young and you don't know about this, Stacy. But you're into it now, so that's cool.
Well, thanks to the one right there above me. Yeah.
Try to get anybody addicted. I know I gave a set to a kid at a guy at my work. He has a kid that's, I think, 7 to 10, somewhere in that area, and he bought him a box one time, and so I was like, hey, is he kind of into him, or is it just something he bought? And so I ended up giving him a set of bookworms, and I guess the kid is just like obsessed with the stuff now.
Good job.
Which is cool.
He watches this, right, Trent?
Yeah, I guess. I don't have to get his name from his dad, find out what it is, give him a shout out. But like I say, you gotta get the kids liking it, or else our stuff ain't gonna be worth anything when we get older.
Right.
Oh, I always forget Brian Smith is Russ.
Yeah.
And yes, thank you, Russ. That repaired Rex came from him.
So yeah, Kipper, you're gonna have to. I don't know if you can find me, but if you can find me on Facebook, I really would like to commission a sketch from you.
Yeah, sure. You might already be friends with me. I don't know. We'll see. Probably are.
I'd say worst case, I'll get you guys linked up.
Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, I check out your videos, Dan. I've watched a lot of your videos actually. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan's one of my must watches along with Mr. Kimball.
Yeah, he hasn't been posting much, has he?
No, he's been doing speed runs on Castlevania and stuff more than anything else.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, I'm not into the whole Twitch thing. If I can't watch it on my TV, I'm probably not gonna want to watch it. And Twitch just doesn't do TVs very well. So
I gotta open cards on camera with you guys more often.
Yeah. Oh.
I say we don't have that good of luck though. I don't think.
Well, I don't know. We got a gray.
Oh, no, you pulled. I get
nice. We got a gray and a gold last week out of blasters. That's pretty darn good luck.
This is just out of one blaster.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Of Chrome 5, which is
well, yeah.
Yeah, I've tried to avoid that stuff.
What, Chrome 5?
Bad.
Yeah, stay away from Chrome.
Yeah.
Listen, I just got as many hits in one blaster as you do in a whole hobby box.
Yeah, I feel bad. I mean, there's a lot of people that paid the $90 a box they were asking pre-sales, I think.
Yep.
They just
and I bought a case, so yay.
Yeah. That's the only way you get a decent number of hits. You get about
in the beginning, but if I would have known, I've now learned, because I try to get things first, doesn't quite work the way I want it to sometimes. I was the first one to have food fight and something else, but that Chrome 5, it took a dive and there was only 2 hits per, and I'm like, I paid $90 a box for this crap, and now you can get them for $400, and it doesn't matter. Even at $400, I could buy a case of that, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, 400.
What is
really,
a case of Chrome 5 probably comes with about as many hits as one box of Chrome 3.
I mean, almost. I had one 7-hit box in Chrome 3.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think Kimball had maybe an 8-hitter or something. I think I've seen an 8-hitter before. I just can't remember who it was. But that, from that 2 sets later to 2 is crazy.
So you're gonna approach Chrome 6 cautiously, or you're gonna go in for it? You're gonna.
I don't think they're doing Chrome 6.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah, I
announced it.
think
Everything I've
they've
heard,
said
the end
they're
of the
doing
year.
it.
It's announced. Yeah.
Yeah, end of the year they're doing it.
Are you
They're
serious?
supposed to.
Yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
gonna have doubled up numbers on Chrome because they screwed up the end of Chrome 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they were
She's
thinking
so
with that one.
bizarre.
Yeah.
It's just going to be another thing on Facebook of everybody showing two cards with the same number
And going,
and
why?
saying, "Do I
Is
have
this an
something
error?"
special here?"
Yeah.
Like they did with the with what is
Yeah,
it? One
the triplets.
149, 158, 164, and 125 in Chrome 4
Yeah.
with the 3.
I'm even posts once a week or so of people. I mean, I just let them go.
Crazy.
I don't want to be that person, but
I guess not everyone, and this might segue really well into our kind of how we started collecting thing, but I guess a lot of people might not have collected, the OS series or not
Right.
as seriously as us, nerds did.
Blasphemy.
I mean, you have to look at it about my age group. I wouldn't have known what they were. So if I
Yeah.
saw a box of Chrome or whatever sitting on the shelf now, I'd be like, what are these things? And have no clue they were even part of the original series 1, 2, 3, whatever.
But you also know how to use Google too.
There you go.
Okay, but
That's what Facebook's groups are for. People who don't know how to
Yeah.
use Google.
That is true.
All
Facebook
truth.
is
All
gone
truth.
quicker, apparently.
How do you guys store your cards from sets that aren't kind of numbered like the more recent sets, or where there's more subsets than kind of a base set? So like Prime Slime. Or
Yeah, I do mine obviously by subset, and then I do the subsets alphabetically because that's the way GPK.com always did them, and I just did my sets that way, and it made it easy to be able to go through them really fast and things like that. So I do them alphabetically by the name of the subset, and then numerically that way, and then throw them all in the binder.
Mine got like my Prime Slime was in that one that I showed in that one Dex thing. So I keep it in there, but I keep the subsets. I don't know. I just, whatever it is, I just pick a subset, keep it numbered, put it in there, and then pick another subset and start right next to it. There's no rhyme or reason to how I did it. I just threw it in there.
Yeah, and I think the reason GPK started doing it that way is 30th was unique because they kind of on the checklist had it by subset, and the later subset sets didn't have checklists. So the 30th did them alphabetically, but the kind of alphabetically. They did the checklist cards and then kind of went alphabetical from there. But the only weird thing with that is they have insert sets on the checklists, whereas they're not really part of the base set. So, but yeah, that's kind of, I think.
Oh, like the movie posters and that.
Yeah, the movie posters and the super tattoos and all that. So I actually store those at the end of the set since they're inserts, and that's what I try to do is run the insert sets at the end of the base set.
I'm still so mad I missed out on that set, and I just can't pay the prices. But every time I see people post like those movie posters and the small giant cards and all the different inserts,
I don't have all of them. I used to buy a lot of bulk and then make sets, and it was kind of like, oh, if I had part of a set, I would go ahead and complete it. But like some of the really expensive subsets, I'm never gonna have, like the American is Apple Pie horror subset. Like that's like stupid money now. So, and that, and I figure I have some friends that like really like some of the cards in there, and they're like, if you ever see one. So I was like, yeah, I'll give you a heads up. I'm not gonna worry about that one. You can have it.
What about hits? Like, obviously, Chrome's a different kettle of fish because people like to rainbow the entire set. But like autos, say like you had from the boxes of, let's say, a theme set, you managed to pull a couple of autos. How would you store them alongside your set, or would you have them in like a one touch and just have them separate? Or would you keep them with the series you pulled it with?
I don't put any parallels in there. I just put them in top loaders and stick them in a box.
Same, yeah. All my parallels are
and I sort
all
like
together.
all my blue ones. Of chronologically, and then all my red ones chronologically, and then like autos, I tend to do the same way. I mean, I just have lots of stacks of random stuff.
I just throw them in a box, sleeved.
Yeah. And then like
But
really
I
cool,
do put them in by color and
really
organize
cool
them.
autos. I'm not like rainbowing, going a one touch.
So you got to get the colored top loaders.
God, no, I don't do
Match the borders.
I'm gonna start my goal with the, like how you had asked Bobby. My goal with the ones, like say you get vacation and you get a hobby box will have your couple blues and your collectors has the black. So those ones, I am trying to put, not making sets of any of those of the colored ones, but like those, the hits, any of the autos, like the really good ones, the autos or your gold ones, the numbered cards. I'm gonna start a separate, like a 9-pocket binder, like I have. I'm just gonna start throwing those in there, and one, just be pages of autos, and then some gold cards. Granted, it's going to be mixed on what's what, but I kind of want to keep that stuff anyway, and rather than just it sitting in a box all sleeved and looking pretty, hidden under everything, I could at least grab that box and look through it.
I top load random sketches that aren't anything I'm like collecting.
Sell 'em!
One thing I wish I'd done is labeled up what sketch I've pulled from what set or what series, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's one sketch in particular I'm always thinking, shit, what set, what did I pull that from? And I'm like, I'll look at the back and I'll try and look on GPK and I'm like,
90s?
Which one is it?
That's from 90s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's subtle differences, but yeah, it's hard to keep. There's so many for several years that were very similar.
Yeah.
They couldn't get over those green border cards forever, and then
Wacky Packages Old School 5.
Yeah, there you go.
It's only my GPKs because it was an old man. I forget the guy's name, but he was a GPK sketch artist for I think 1 or 2 sets. I had bought a big old hunk of Chrome 3 cards to finish a set when I first got back into it, and that sketch was just in there. So I was like, cool.
Nice. So I know I'm probably a little more extreme than everybody here. At least I top load everything. Like my basically the way I store is all my base are usually I top load one set. So I mean, even bookworms, I got a set that's top loaded, even though the top loaders are probably worth more than the set. And then I've been trying, at least since I've got back in with late to school, I do like a green bordered set, which I put in like the green top loaders. And then I keep all my parallels and penny sleeves. And then I have all of like my base cards just as is. But then like my older sets, like I do a top loader binder. So like these are all actually in top loaders. But the problem is like that's series 2. It's not a variation set. It's nothing. That's just a number set of series 2, and it takes up.
Yeah, and that's super thick too.
2-inch binder. It take to put a late to school set would take. I think it's a 5-inch binder. just to do none of my 200 card sets are in a binder. They're just in like shoe boxes basically. But I top load everything.
Now you know why Trenton can't afford those 30th anniversary inserts.
Right? Yeah.
Ultra Pro has all his money. Yeah.
I need to just start selling you my old top loaders. Since I moved everything to binders, I literally have like probably thousands of top loaders.
Yeah, I've got at least 1,000 in a box that will never get used.
I have like one of these boxes, I think 2 now, full of them. And like a huge, like a little plastic tin you get at like Walmart or Target, just completely full of them.
I can probably fill a 5-gallon bucket with one.
There you go.
I bought them used, and they were slightly used, and I thought I was going to start top loading a lot of stuff, but it's not. I want to be able to take it out and look at it and flip through it. And granted, I do like the back, but you can make binders with just the puzzles on the back. You can make binders with. I mean, when you collect, you can do whatever you want to do and however you want to do it.
Oh yeah, of course.
And that's the beauty of it. I'm personally, the back on a lot of cards when they switched to that, there was no
the explosion back.
Yeah, is that what that was?
I guess I don't know. I don't know what you
yeah.
call it, but you know.
Yeah, where it just had the plain back, and then
That
some of
thing.
them had, yeah,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That drove me nuts. So I didn't really care about the back, and I like the art on the back, but in all honesty, nobody pays attention to it.
For the
I mean,
most
it's looked at once, and then that's about it.
Ha. Anonymous Facebook user said, "Holy hell, crowded house."
Bruh.
What age did you guys start collecting? Trippy was 10 and his first pack was Series 5.
It was 85, so that would have put me at just under 11. It was Series 2, but I never got any wax packs. I started like kind of bartering and trading for them and picking up some. And then Series 3 came out and I started buying wax packs. And I would trade the new hotness for the older cards because everybody wanted the new stuff. And then that's how I kind of built my OS2 set. Never saw an OS1 pack ever. And only had UK minis because some kid in school, I don't know if he had a connection or what, but he had a box of UK minis. And the weird thing about those was they're not all this way, but a lot of the boxes will have all A cards or all B cards. So my set was just B cards.
That sucks.
Yeah. And but yeah, I continued through, I think, about 8 series, and then kind of got where I felt I was too old and started another anonymous person shouting out Dan.
Kitty man.
I felt I was a little too old for it, and everybody else kind of stopped collecting at that point, so I moved over to sports cards. And the first real taste I got and knowing how far they went was, I think I was 18 and I was visiting Florida, back to the Florida thing. And I was in a mall there, and there was like one of those little carts in the middle of the walkway kind of vendors. And they just had a bunch of non-sports cards. And that was the first time seeing packs for 9, 10, 11, 12 through 15. And I was seriously thinking about buying some, and I didn't. And but I always thought, like, man, those packs were cool because they, like, they finally started, like, each series had its own identity. And I know a lot of people hate the later series, which I kind of get for like 9th and 10th because they had that weird plastic doll look. But then it started getting a little softer again when OS 13 and 14 and 15 came out.
That's the lawyer's fault.
Yep. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I started in late 85 with, I want to say, like, second series. I was able to build the back of the puzzle at one point in time, the live mic puzzle. I did start going good with Series 3, which started my affinity with Chrome 3 because of the colored borders. But Chrome 3, or Series 3, my grandmother, she would buy a full box of whatever series it was on. And every time I would go over to her house, if I told her I loved her, I would get a pack. Well, I was there all summer long, so I got one. And of course, as a kid, I did try once. I was there and she was there, so I told her I loved her and I got a pack. And then before I left, I tried it again, and she was like, "Yeah, nice try. No, you get one." But and I did get a couple boxes that way.
Mister.
And that was about it. That's what started it for me. But then I stopped somewhere around, I don't know, Series 9 or something, just because I've always lived in Erie, and Erie's just one of these cities where it's something in, and it's in for a little bit, and when it's gone, if you're still into it, you're an idiot. So I'm the idiot that's still stuck in 80 whatever, and I was 6 years old, so now I'm really old.
No, you're not. Not if you were 6 and I was 11.
Right.
Well, nobody's going to mention how old you are, Rob. I'm just saying.
I know myself. I don't remember exactly. I probably started like 4 or 5. I was, obviously I would have been like 6, 7 at the time, but I was always kind of a sports card person. Like I know I had some Garbage Pail Kids, but it wasn't like really a passion of mine or nothing like that. I was all about baseball cards.
Your mom hated them.
Yeah. My mom wasn't a big fan of them.
Blasphemer.
Yeah. So I couldn't really collect them anyways. But I mean, they just I always loved them. Like even because my first job ever was working like at a baseball card shop and everything like that. And
Me too.
I mean, I always remember them, but it was never like a major passion. But I mean, I always remembered Adam Bomb, loved them, Nasty Nick, all that, and got back in with all like the COVID stuff and all that. And I don't know if I probably shouldn't have even said that, but like the whole event, and kind of got back into it, and just I got like a box of Series 5, opened it up and loved it, and just kind of kept going. And I do love all the OS sets. I do appreciate the history, but I don't have, I guess, the history with a lot of it. So I mean, I don't know. I tend to like some of the newer stuff more. I guess it's maybe just because I've been collecting, since then. But I mean, I definitely do like OS1. I mean, to me, that's the best of the best. But I mean, for me, I like We Hate the 90s. I do like a lot of the online sets, like the expansions and the Bizarre Holidays. I think would be an awesome set to have.
Yeah, I started
Definitely.
too late to be buying them when they were new, and
Yeah,
now to get 50, even if I got them at what they cost originally, that's like well over $1,000 to put a
Yep.
set together. So
Yeah.
that I do not have space because my online binders, there are a lot of sets I don't have yet because they're so hard to get. But
so expensive.
I spaced out everything to where, okay, this is going to be this many cards, and then I just put in sets that I have where they fit in. And I was like, I'm not doing the Bizarre Holidays. I've never liked the Crashers.
No,
And
we're big on those.
and then I was like, the first political set, there's no freaking way. Like that's like, I don't know, $8,000-$10,000 set, and I'm like, oh,
wow.
that ain't gonna happen.
I didn't
I
realize
may try to get a Trump time card just because I think it's funny, but
it's a cool card. I mean,
yeah,
everybody's got different opinions, but
it's probably cheaper.
the
to
card
just
is a
have
really cool
somebody-
card.
Just get a
Probably-
sketch.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
just
probably a
have
smart thing.
Bobby or Ricky do me a sketch of it.
Yeah. Trenton, you just like the thinner cards now. You don't like the original series because you need thin cards for those binders. They won't fit in the binders again.
Right.
Be too heavy.
I so wish the cards were thick. I mean, that's one area.
Yeah.
I don't know. Vacation made a step in the right direction.
They did. Vacation's a step
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
The right direction for sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
Bookworms wouldn't have been bad if they would have had just the one thick
The
card.
mega box ones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, if they'd all been the same thickness as mega boxes, but Bookworms was just a flop of a thing. The
And
mega
it's so
boxes
funny because I
killed
love
it.
the set, but it didn't
Yeah.
have that feel to me. Vacation, like, was the first set since probably Late to School that really had that feel. I was like, yeah, they're back at it. And I know people love 35th, but it, that just wasn't my set. And Late to School, like, really, I know it's not even a popular set, and it's in the Lost to the Winds of Time group, but I don't know. I love that set. I put so many sets of that together that I'd giggle every time I put a set together.
I think Late to School was a sleeper hit to me because when I was working on it, I thought, it's a good concept. I've done a few of these already. It gets monotonous, but that set I really enjoyed when I started working on it. Like finding, you always want to reach back and find cards or previous subjects that were can match the theme a little bit. Not everything's going to match, and I started to really enjoy that one. So that's one of my favorite sets to see. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a cool set. I actually like Food Fight as well. I know a lot of people don't like Food Fight, but Food Fight.
I'm a Food Fight apologist. I wasn't my thing. I mean, I've probably built 20 sets of that, but
yeah,
maybe
I think it's a great set. I think it's a wonderful theme, and I think Vacation is too. Vacation's really great. I think Bookworms, of course, as you can all tell, was rushed. I mean, it's a rush set for the way it was deployed, not the artwork. The artwork's fine.
Yeah.
Artwork's great. The deployment was rushed, and the marketing for it was a little bit off. I mean, as far as those mega boxes, you look on this. I was putting some away that I have some on the shelf, and I migrated to my other cabinet over here, which is the cabinet which I don't go too much. And I looked at the odds on them again. I saw, the only thing you can really get out of those is like an auto or a plate, and the plates are astronomical. I mean,
I've never seen anybody pull a plate from one.
No, you're not going to see that. There's no sketches in there. There's no, an auto would be great.
I never even
seen
pulled
an
in
auto.
all of my stuff I open. I never pulled a gold or a gray.
Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen the gray.
I mean, I've seen them, but I've never even
not
pulled
a
them.
gray, but I
We
mean,
pulled
like,
a-
Pull the
we
auto
pulled a
from every
gold.
collector's box I opened, and a sketch from every hobby box I opened. So.
but you know the thing, Rob, is I'm not going to build a parallel set of grays. I'm not.
yeah,
I'm not. I'm going to give it to one of you guys if you. Hey, I need that. Like, yeah, sure, absolutely. Here you go. Let's just do a trade. You can have it. Whatever. I love building the base sets. I mean, I think
Yep.
I've said this before. Is I love building the base set because I love to have a card to look to reference. I love just to look at the set. I do in the 9 pockets, like the old school. I'll do a front and back, so I don't see the backs of them. I'll do that, like just like when I was a kid doing baseball cards, because that's what I did. I started when I was about. I mean, it's funny. I remember Series 4 GPK. I remember the era of like when I was in school. I remember hearing about like it was so taboo, right? It was a big deal that it was naughty to have them or whatever, you know.
Gross.
I remember. I think back now. My parents bought me some OS4, and I'm like, that's so cool that I had some. And I used to slap on my garbage pail. I had like a Transformers metal garbage pail in my room. I slap them on that, which is
There you
terrible. And then baseball cards later on when my grandfather worked for a publishing company, and they had a 87 opening day set they published there. So I had some of those and collected a couple of those. But I got back into really GPK in the 2010s roughly with a friend of mine who's another GPK artist. We started collecting them together before we were artists, and I bought boxes. I bought OS original boxes and just built my own sets fresh. I thought now I'm like, that was stupid, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it. So no regrets.
So
What was stupid about that?
People say it's stupid, man. They say you got to leave wax. We got to leave wax shut. But like I open wax.
That's the wrong group to tell that to.
Yeah, well, people do
Open
say
all
that.
everything.
So, to each their own. I have plenty of open wax, so I have nice pristine pack pulls that I did myself.
Listen, the original sets are amazing, and if you can open them or you want to open them, why not? Now to rip an OS1 box would be kind of nuts, but they're so rare. And the thing is, the things get resealed, and a lot of people don't know. So to keep it sealed, you could be keeping something sealed that's already actually been opened, and you just don't know. And that's, do what you want with. That's why we buy cards. Anybody that does, there's people that like when they open, all they wear is gloves. Listen, that break I did to wear gloves, I took them off.
Love that one.
Did you see that?
Right around the same time.
I opened my gloves. I had to take them off to let my fingers breathe because they
they're all
pruned.
sweaty. Yeah,
it was almost dripping, that glove.
Oh wow!
I can't stand wearing gloves.
No.
When I open cards here and I'm doing a box of this or a box of that, I'm doing it with my bare hands, and people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't be touching them and getting fingerprints on them." Listen, I will throw these things out the door if I want to.
Yeah,
They're my cards. I don't want people telling me what I should do with my stuff.
Yeah, but the point of opening wax though is if it's cost effective for you as a collector, right? If you can open a box, that's great. But if you can if I can buy a box years ago for the same price you can buy a set for today, sure, open the box, be happy. But if today you can, you can't afford a box for the same price you can buy if you just want the set, right? If you just want the set of OS3 or whatever, for example, you don't want to pay whatever it's going to be $300 for a box or $250, whatever it is. Yeah, for whatever it is. It's a lot more cost effective just to buy the set. I get that. It's kind of, it's not cost effective to buy the whole box.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my point with that. But
that's with anything right now. If you could buy a blaster box of Goes on Vacation, this is what, $20 in the store. You're not going to complete a full set of this. So you have to buy multiples of them in order to get one. It's easy. It's always cheaper to just buy the set than it is to buy things. But nothing compares to opening and ripping. I don't care what anybody says.
You're chasing hits in those too. A lot of people are chasing the hits, and we don't have hits in all the other boxes. But you
have certain characters that would be
characters are considered hits, or if they're gradable, if they're gradable cards, absolutely.
Yeah. Or if you find that like the errors, like that Rex that you have, something like that, any of the error cards.
Sure.
Yeah, that's my next venture is getting into error cards. I think I'm about 10 deep. And they get expensive quick.
Yeah.
I opened a couple packs of that 9th series, all new on the front with the gum made in Canada, and I actually pulled a semicolon.
Nice.
But it had the number. So I got excited for a minute though.
That's right. It's not even a guarantee he's going to be the error. It's just
Well, it's the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what you're doing, and that's true with any of the new or the old, whatever it might be. So I get
Yeah.
that. We do that every Sunday, Joe. We're digging through packs for fun. I mean,
Oh, I
money.
opened those packs with you guys just to laugh and make stupid
Oh,
jokes.
it's so much fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember one time we had Robin. We opened just junk wax, they call it, just silly cards, like weird. I
Oh,
bought
yeah,
miscellaneous
like random
miscellaneous
packs of non-sports stuff.
Oh, I love that. I love any kind of old wax too. Like I got a Desert Storm here on my desk, like one of these. Like
Oh, yeah.
that
is
any
the
of this stuff.
definition of junk wax, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really, but no,
Without a
I
doubt.
love this thing. I love this thing. It's awesome.
Yep.
Wax is awesome.
Get that Colin Powell rookie.
Right. Sure.
Well, I'll kind of add to my story. I got, I'd kind of forgotten about Garbage Pail Kids until I was in a Walgreens in 2001. I went up to the register, and there was a shiny gold foiled pack, and I was like, "What? Garbage Pail Kids?" So I bought one, and it was ANS Series 1. And honestly, I didn't think much about it. I opened the cards, and I was like, "Oh, cool. All right." And, I thought those were gone and never thought about it. Then a couple years later, I started thinking about Garbage Pail Kids again. And I was going on eBay and looking at stuff and going, and it was so cheap. You could buy a box of any series, 3 through 15 for $20 a box all day long.
Yeah.
Second series was about $50 a box, and first series was like $500 a box. And you know what I did? Didn't buy a single box.
Well, no, because even then we thought they were expensive.
Yeah. I bought a couple lots of stuff that, had kind of some various stuff. Oh, that one had a full series 3. And I mean, that's what I grew up with. It was 3 and 2. So, I had some series 2 and a full set of series 3. So I bought a lot and then just kind of stuck those in a box and forgot about them. And then Flashback came out. And I was like, oh, cool, series 1 cards with the original art. It was like the first time they had done that because it was before Chrome 1 even came out. So my son and I collected those, and that was really fun. Just like the old days, get a binder, fill in all the spots. He'd help me open them and everything. That was the last time he cared at all about these things. But then again, it just kind of went. I mean, I had a binder of them, and a few random cards here and there, but I never really did anything with them. And then my fiance now, we just started dating. And she had a pack of those playing cards that said Garbage Pail Kids on them. And I was like, oh, man, I haven't thought about that in like, a decade or so. And so I just started going to like flea markets and antique malls and things like that. Didn't know anything about Facebook groups on any of this stuff. And then found me an OS7 box. And it looked really nice, and the guy's like, hey, just let you know all the packs are open. They were like, all the cards are in there. I don't know what's in there, but the guy who sold it to me said he took the gum out so it wouldn't ruin the cards. And I was like, what do you want for it? It was like $75. So I was like, I'll take a flyer for $75. And I had no idea what it was even worth. And lo and behold, I pull out all the packs, and I was like, this seems like an awful lot of packs. Well, I'll tell you something. You can fit 63 packs of cards in a box if they don't have gum in them.
Oh, okay.
So $75. I got 63 packs of OS7. Opened it up, built 3 sets, had one for myself. Got the purple banner errors and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, sweet. And that's when I went on Facebook and was like, I wonder if there are any groups for this. And the rest is history. No. Yeah, exactly. I went from a $75 box to, where did all the money go?
Wait, they have Facebook groups for this stuff?
Yeah.
Support groups.
Too many.
Facebook support groups.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many groups there actually are. Which I will say, we actually on the buy sell trade talk, we should be hitting 5,000. I want to say sometime in April we'll hit it, or actually probably in the next by the middle of the month we should hit 5,000.
I'm gonna have to make you guys That's my one thing about being a moderator I don't like is approving new people because I'm like I don't know who's trustworthy and who's not.
And it's so hard now, though. I mean,
I know.
honestly, I see what Trent does in the back, around and everything as the admin. And without some of those measures, you guys would be bombarded.
Yeah.
Bombarded with more than you already get.
I do. I don't mind playing bad cop whenever I see the or best offer, deal or no deal, all those kind of posts on there. I decline it and give them a message that says not in this group, but nice.
Well, I'm ratting myself out, but there's been times where I'll be on the comments and I'm reading comments and all of a sudden I'm looking at it going, Trent, you might want to take a look at this post before it gets out of control.
Yeah. Well, I will say our group, as far as, I mean, there's lots of wonderful groups out there, not dissing anyone, but our group tends to be pretty drama free.
It is.
And I really like that.
It's one advantage of having the post approvals. I mean, it sucks though, because I know when people are trying to sell stuff, I know sometimes like you want to get it out there and you want to sell it right away. And so there's kind of a delay.
All right. They posted it in 5 other groups.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's one of those, I'm glad people sell stuff in the group, but honestly, I like more of the talking about
the
stuff.
talk part. Yeah,
there's so many groups to sell stuff. I mean, it's not like I discourage people to sell in the group or anything, but I mean, I get people that sometimes they'll get mad because some of the rules, about having to post a price, and it's like there's a group for everything. I mean, if you want to sell something or you want to buy a certain thing, I mean, we got groups that are just sketch artist groups. I don't think there's much activity. There was a group that was literally feedback on sketch artists, but none of the sketch artists, you guys weren't allowed in it. Like they wouldn't approve any sketch artists, but it was just something so people could.
We were in it for a while.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that you guys were like at the beginning, but I think they decided to.
You're like, who's this Ricardo Kipfer?
Yeah,
they actually forgot to boot me out.
There you go.
I don't even think there was much activity.
I don't think they're active. You know what? I don't think they're active anymore, really. And
I think the only sketch group I'm in is it's called like the official tops sketch cards or whatever.
It's hard to keep activity. I mean, we're a niche group as it is. I mean, honestly, at 5,000, I believe it's the 4th largest in the world, and I mean that's nothing compared to other groups out there.
You're right.
I'm sure if you go to the Yu-Gi-Oh group, it's a million people.
I mean, hell, my trash can trolls. I got 44 members.
Nice.
I over-exaggerate on the live.
It's about 43 more than I thought it would be.
You got to send me an invite so I can join. I told you, John.
Oh yeah, that's right. Got to get close to 50. But we're such a niche group. But I mean, I'm a little stricter, I know, on allowing. Like I've got it set up now. If you haven't had a Facebook page for 2 years, it automatically just declines you. Which sucks because I'm sure there's people that have legit reasons they've just set up a new page and I don't even see them because it's
but it's liability. I mean,
I mean, at the end of the day, I figure most of us, none of us are young, and most of us have had a Facebook page for a while. I've had a couple people get a hold of me personally and be like, oh, hey, this is who I am and here's my new profile, and I've allowed it. But there's just, I don't know, there's so many scammers and so much drama that, I don't know, we're just all a bunch of old nerds, collecting stickers.
It'd be a bunch more work if you didn't put that filter in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Getting rid of stuff.
I get PMs all the time from people going, why? I just posted something and it doesn't show up, and I tried to post again and it just doesn't show up. I'm like, you have to wait 72 hours before you can post something after joining the group. We want you to get a lay of the land,
Yeah.
And some people are like, oh, cool, I understand. And then other people are just like, harumph. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, well.
There's other groups. Yeah.
Yep.
There's a group for everything.
So we just got a question about, do you guys have an opinion on the sketch guy called Steve? That's Steve W. Martin, not the Saturday Night Live veteran.
Yeah.
But his stuff's cool. I mean, he's doing his own thing, and he does all he does like the carnival mirrors.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
You know,
little fingerboards and stuff like that.
yeah, and it's
Yeah, like I say, he put together a bunch of stuff and in the little food fight tins. I know he was sending stuff out in those. I don't remember what though. Were those the skateboards?
Yeah, the skateboards with like a sketch.
yeah. I think I actually have some stuff from him because I bought some stuff, and then I think somebody for Secret Santa this year sent me basically a sketch from him, and I mean, nice guy.
Yeah,
I just
definitely good.
you know,
I
we
kept-
were
Very
saying we were going to
affordable.
talk about what we
Stacy's-
collect. I have to be too selective because I collect so much stuff. I just can't buy everything. It's
Steve
I
Martin
already-
he's a good artist and he's very affordable. So
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's high end artists out there, and then there's amazing like just artists that are insane. Bobby B, and there's just all kinds of guys out there. But
Yeah.
Martin's pretty good for what he does.
I'm gonna say it's one. I don't know if you guys saw. I guess he says his wife paid him for a sketch and he doesn't like it. I would say personally, I mean, I've dealt with Steve not a ton of times, but definitely quite a few times. Get a hold of him, talk to him. I
Yeah,
mean,
reach out to him.
honestly, you know, I mean,
Do that.
I guarantee. I mean, I pretty much guarantee he's gonna do something to make it right. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it was just he had a different idea and your wife did. I mean, I can't imagine. You know, he's just going to tell you, screw you, you know, sucks to be you.
And only to play two kind of devil's advocate. I know you don't like it, but what does your wife think of it?
This is
If
true.
she likes it, everyone's
True.
opinion's going to be a little different.
Then you can put it on the wall by your side of the bed.
Yeah.
Hey, right here.
Exactly.
She's got her own.
That's my side of the bed. His shoes, but my side of the bed.
Yeah, see, I got the wedding picture. I mean, geez.
This,
I'll tell
this,
you-
this one that I had that Bobby B did, I love the thing because it's a custom one. There is no Garbage Pail Kid like this. There is the Fat Cat, but not to have the little pears here and the thing in the background. I can't draw, so for somebody to be able to create this just out of their imagination is just nuts to me. And my wife also said that if I ever left or anything like that, she's selling everything but keeping that one card.
There you go.
Nice.
And you know, like I know a lot of people are like anti unofficial artists, but there's some amazing unofficial artists out here. This is an Eddie Rhodes one. This is how Eddie and I first started talking. We were trading, and he thought the trade was a little lopsided. He owed me something, and he sent me the sketch. Like I was like amazed. I was like, dude, I owe you more now. And like it's my rainbow, and I generally try to put official artists in my rainbow, but I love this sketch so much. I was like, it goes in there anyways. And
Eddie should be official.
oh yes, and you know, the nicest guy ever too. Like I'm so glad I got to meet him when we went to Vegas in November, because it was so cool. Like I walked up and he saw me from across the room, and he was like, Stokes. Yeah, like I think the unofficial official, you know, I get it if you only want to do official artists, but you know, there are so many good ones out there. Another gentleman I want to try to. There you go.
Little Scott Edwards.
Yes,
Nice.
I have a couple of those too.
And there's a new kid on the block, Mike Ritchie. If you haven't seen any of his art, it's freaking awesome. He does the ones that look like more toddlery than
Oh yeah,
GPK.
yeah. Those are pretty
His
cool.
stuff is so cool.
Oh, right,
and,
yeah.
I reached out to
He's a
him,
cool,
and at
cool look.
one point, I want to add his take on Slasher Asher to my
That'd be kind of cool.
collection.
It's like Garbage Pail Kids if you remove every element of a Garbage Pail Kid
Yeah, that's true.
from them. But it's,
But the
it's
same
a
character.
cool look. It's like a cool way to see them.
Yeah, they're almost like bobbleheads too.
Mm.
Listen, us real collectors don't care. We just want all of that.
Yeah,
Sketches from everyone.
yeah. Well, that's,
It's a bit
cool.
like when you have like a film where they walk into a cartoon reality, you know, where you see like that person in anime, or that's how I see them sketches. It's cool to see that side of a character. It's almost like it's just gone through the quantum of madness or whatever it is from Doctor Strange.
There you go.
The multiverse of sketch cards. Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
Hey man, I met a collector here in Austin, and his sketch collection was amazing. To say, like to put it in a word, he had a atom bomb sketch card from every Topps artist ever, with the exception of maybe 10 or 12 artists he was missing.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Who is
And
Yeah.
sitting there flipping through all these uploaded sketches, like crazy.
Is this Ace Vito?
Man, he had okay. So he had. I'm pretty sure he had a house band in there, dude. Like that. He had all of the old retired guys that you probably can't get a hold of.
Zapata, Warhola, Bunk, Pound.
All of that, dude. Insane. I think he was missing more of the more recent ones.
I bet he didn't have a young Junghwa.
Yeah.
Man, so I don't know exactly which ones he was missing, but that was what he had said was the more recent ones. He was happy that he took care of the older artists, but I haven't seen a collection like that yet again.
Yeah,
Usually collections like that are one of a kind.
You blew my mind when you told me David was lived in Texas. I had no clue.
He's right there in New Braunfels, man.
That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
I still think we need to do a Texas meetup. No offense to everyone not in Texas. You're welcome to come as well.
Does it get me out of the cold weather?
There you go. There you go.
You got to get out of there, man.
I need to get out of Wisconsin.
Ooh, it is cold there.
Yeah, we hardly even had a freeze this year.
Where are you at, Rob?
Houston.
Oh, just don't even.
That's what I'm saying.
Even when you have a frost, it's
6 degrees.
Oh, last year we got it real bad. Joe remembers last year when that stuff hit. Sorry, I almost made this not family friendly. It got real cold. I think we were like
just
negative
but
19 or something. That's like crazy for Houston.
Wow.
Listen, until you get 7 feet of snow in 24 hours, no.
Right.
I understand we're wusses. You know, I totally get that, but
no, I'm not saying you're wusses, but 7 feet of snow in 24 hours is not unheard of here.
Do you live in Buffalo or something?
Pennsylvania, but next to I'm an hour and a half from Buffalo. So yeah.
Okay, that explains a lot about the snowfall.
It's right on the lake. I mean, and it's bad at times. It covered my Kia Soul at one point in time.
Yeah, we don't get that bad even in Wisconsin. Not here in Wisconsin where we live.
We just get bitter cold to go with maybe 3 inches of snow.
Yeah. That sounds very much like Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah. Ohio will be like, didn't snow a lot, but it was negative 20 for a long time.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's just cold. I want some warm weather. I want to go back to Vegas.
Yeah. It's nice weather. Except for once it hits over 115, it's a little too much.
I have to decide if I can make it to Vegas this year.
Well, I've only went once, and that's where the wife and I got married.
Oh,
because she loves the Eiffel Tower. So we actually got married at Paris in Vegas at the top of that tower, 470 feet or whatever it is in the air.
Nice.
No, too high.
You're caged in. It's okay.
Yeah. No, I love going to Vegas. It's just an expensive thing.
Oh yeah, it is. But I mean, it was one of those things. It was cheaper to elope in Vegas and just have a couple people show up than
that makes sense.
Yeah.
To go all fancy.
Yeah, make all the fanciness for yourself. I totally get that.
Saving the money for Garbage Pail Kids. Hello.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, I hear there's this convention we need to go to while we're here.
I dragged her to the we went to the one in Philly last year.
Yeah, I need to do that one too. Like, there's a lot of people up there I would like to hang out with as well.
I got to meet Robert Cash. He's an awesome guy.
Yeah,
Love him. I'm trying to get Bobby B to come out to the Philly one.
there you go.
I definitely want to come at some point. I've just got to afford it.
Well, I think
Yeah,
there's got to be some way that they can like reimburse you for some things or whatever. Because if you set up a table, they give you. Who was there last year? Ace Vito was there last year, and he had I don't know how many cards he had, and Kitber was there last year too. I don't know how many cards Ace Vito had out that they gave him to sketch for the show, and he was charging like $60 a piece. So I mean, it would that would help to pay for some of your trip and stuff.
Yeah, he built his own cards, but they let him use the logo. He gets to use the branding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he made his own content, but they allow him to. Yeah. But they do reimburse for lodging and sometimes a little travel for those guys. You definitely lodging is covered, but to help with the show, obviously. But I think they do pretty well. I mean, it was a good show, and that was the fall show, and which is the smaller show, really. The one coming.
What is the one?
Bigger.
The first one's the bigger one.
Yeah, the first one's the bigger one. They told me that people just seem to spend more money on that one. I don't know why, but the spring show's bigger.
Be nice.
Well, I can only go
trying to
once a year.
subsidize some of the travel for the artists, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, it'd be we got to work some way, Ricky, to get Bobby to come on down, figure something out.
I did email them last year to see if I could come because I really wanted to come, but and they were fine. They'd say, yeah, we'll get a table set up for you. Just let us know. But they didn't say, oh, we'll pay for you. We'll pay for you.
It's
We'll gladly take your money.
They got a folding table for you with a chair.
I mean, their tables are cheap. Their tables are very cheap, I think, to set up. It was very easy to. There was an opening there, and I took one last year. Actually, when I was there with Dan, but there haven't been many tables open in the past. So
Maybe we need to have a Bobby B Kickstarter come to Philly Sports Show.
Well, Bobby, if you come, I've got a table, Bobby. You can, come on.
Have to bring a load of stuff.
Yeah, and then you can have a banner that says the Art of Ricky Bobby. Sorry, I had to make
Ricky Bobby. There you go.
Yes.
You can just switch the table. We'll have different banners on both sides of the table when I leave. You can
There you go.
Just switch it around and
We'll jump the table.
I mount a TV up on mine with just sketches on it, so you can just change the footage to you or whatever. That'd be fun. There's plenty of space at that show. It's a good little show. Yeah, I'd like to make it to the Vegas one at some point. It's just it's a big expense to be out there. So yeah.
Rob, you were there at the Vegas one last year, right?
Yep.
Now, how many like tables or like stuff was there? Would you say?
You would be surprised at how small it was.
Oh, okay.
So you had Get a Grip had a table.
Gotcha.
GPK boys had like a little table area booth for doing the interviews. Clint Coleman from GPK and Wacky Warehouse had a table. Ping had a table in the Garbage Pail Kids area.
Nice.
Zapata, Shears, and was it Andy Arts? I forget. And then also Smokin' Joe. They were all set up in kind of this one little area that was the GPK specific stuff. And then other than that, you had Jeff Cox, Victor Moreno, Eddie. I feel bad. K Grimm, and one other person I'm not thinking of. But they were all spread out. Like they weren't all next to each other or with the Garbage Pail Kids stuff.
Was Nick Mugley there? Was that the one he went to?
No, Nick wasn't there. Not that wait, was he? Did he do that? Did he do the video?
Might have been there.
If he was
Adam Dobroznicki.
Yeah, it was the kind of crew that did the vignette set was the ones that were all there that were outside of the main GPK area. But yeah, I mean there wasn't a ton of stuff there, but there were a lot of people there for it, and You know, that was the most fun part, was meeting all the people, you know, you've talked with online and things like that, and then the crazy nights afterwards. Because some of those people can get pretty wild.
Yeah,
you were one of them, Rob.
I had my fair share to drink, you know. I stayed fully clothed.
That's good.
What?
Toothless.
Toothless was there, but he wasn't there in any official capacity. He was just kind of wandering around. And obviously with Get a Grip, Rory was there. So you had a little UK representation.
That's still quite the lineup.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
But I mean, yeah, reality at the end of the day, though, wouldn't be enough to actually have its own like convention, I guess, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I see more like when Cash does his walkthrough videos of the Philly show.
Yeah.
I honestly think there's more GPK at the Philly show than there is at the.
Yeah, there was a lot.
It's not centered around that, like, you know, Gross Card Con is, but looking around, you see a lot more vendors that actually have Garbage Pail Kids than you do at the Gross Card Con.
Roxanne's been doing that for how many decades now,
Long
though?
time.
Oh, Roxanne's a trip. She's awesome. She's awesome to meet.
The crazy thing too is she looks like exactly like she did in 1985.
Listen, I had dinner with her, and who was there? The
Dave
Halsey.
Acevedo was there, right?
Yeah, Ace Vito was there, but he wasn't the key person. It
Neil
was,
Cameron.
Yes.
Neil.
Yeah.
Yes, Neil was there, and that was it's pretty cool to see the way that they did things. Now, my wife going with me, and that being my first Garbage Pail Kid thing, because I love looking at stuff. I walked around that show looking at everything like I would. I went around 3 times before I finally stopped and said, "Okay, calm down and just focus and look and get what you're trying to get." Because I looked like a toddler that had just been let go in a candy store and could almost just grab whatever. And she's like, "You can buy whatever you want, and you don't tell me that kind of stuff." But again, it was with my money, so I did at least earn that. So, but I still, it was crazy to see all the stuff that was there. I think I went by Ricky like 3 times before I even could. I was just everywhere. I didn't even know they had this over here, and I'm over there, and I'm like, "Oh, I got to go back down this way. Did I come from this way? We got to go." It was fun.
He
So
was
I've
wandering
learned now,
around.
I can
He
just-
passed the table 3 times. I mean,
So at the Philly show, are there after parties? Like, do people hang out?
Sometimes there are. Depends on the year. There have been. The first year I went, there was. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like from talking to people I know on the boards, it seems like, okay, I went to the show, now I'm going home. Like it didn't seem like and I mean that's probably because Philly and Vegas are quite different.
It's quite different.
Yeah.
There used to be like, okay, so there's the Saturday night there's a dinner. There's a dinner where we have like where there's a speaker they talk about maybe the history of their experience with Tops or GPK or Wackies or whatever. You know, it's really really wacky and GPK and Wacky focused typically because there's always a promo card there for it. So there's a strong representation there. So there's always something nice. Sometimes even Sunday morning, there used to be a panel where the artist would get up there and talk, or you can ask questions. That's a great thing. But after the dinner, sometimes there's an after party. It depends.
Yeah.
That can be.
If I traveled all the way to Philly, I think it would be
one.
really cool to like get all, especially at least the people that travel the decent. You know, just kind of hang out. And I'm not saying it has to be anything like Vegas, but I think it would be cool just to have a couple beers and shoot the shit, or if you don't drink beer, just whatever, just hang out and
Red Bull.
There you go.
Even just like rent out like a bowling alley or something.
Yeah.
Pool bowling.
They got a casino there.
The first year I went, we just hung out at the Red Robin next door to it. We all just sat around. Everybody had drinks. I was hanging out with Tom Bunker. I mean, just he's sitting there drinking in front of me. He's like this close. It's pretty funny.
That's
You know,
awesome.
that was my first experience with Tom Bunk. It was
That's sweet though.
crazy, right? And Joseph comes beside me talking to me about him. Like, yeah, he's gonna go out for a medical something, you know. And he's like, he's got a permit. He's good, you know. It's just fun stuff. Classic memories, though, you know.
Yeah. It's
Hi,
something-
random Facebook user. We can't see who you are, but I agree. We are beautiful.
Oh, hey, I'm not even that far behind. Good job.
That's
Right where I got the microphone at right now is like literally right where all the new messages come at. So like when I look over, I don't even see them pop up.
Speaking of Vegas, if you look up at Joe, does he not look like he might have a magic show in Vegas? It's something about the
Or some, like,
eyebrows.
tigers or
See?
something.
See?
There you go. Throw,
I'd say either tigers or a magic
Yeah,
show.
there you go.
One of the two.
throw that suit on you had in that other picture. Be good to go.
Yeah, put a
Yeah.
leopard print t-shirt on. Good to go.
You know, I got a suit for each day of the week. What's
You
up?
stunt doubles for DC movies, right? I thought
There you go.
All possible.
I don't know if he can do stunts. He got run over by his own supercar.
That wasn't my super.
I deny it. It wasn't true.
Well, I did get run over by it, but it wasn't bad.
Were you grazed?
We got a quick pack opening in the background over here.
Oh, some Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. Let
Gotta
him
open
rip.
some Pokemon.
Let him rip before we got to roll.
Pokemon. There's
Where'd
Pokemon
he go?
in every Halloween cards.
Yeah, show them
What
what
card?
you
What Pokemon do you want to get?
Are you gonna sit up with Daddy so we
Oh,
can
shiny.
see them?
Yeah. Get up in
Yeah.
there, boy.
Don't be shy. I know you're not shy.
got. Back up.
Yeah.
There you go. Over there.
Shiny.
So if this is anything good, please let me know so I can set it aside.
I don't know if it says Charizard. It's usually good.
Yeah, that's the one bad thing when he opens the stuff. Like I'm not
What is
stupid
this?
to cards, but I don't know
This is
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
That is a dark.
I know
Rod.
Pokemon from
I just
1997
got a dog.
or 9 or whenever it came out.
I want to say it was 99, 98, 99.
Zubat.
99 sounds right,
Yeah.
not 97.
I got a
All I know is I was about 10 at the time.
I swear this kid's gonna be a little YouTuber as he gets older.
My ex-wife's brother was about 10 at the time, and that's how I started playing Pokemon because he liked it. And then I learned how to play it.
I love the show because I was female. I could care less about the game.
Yeah.
So I liked the show. My brother got into the cards and he collected the cards.
I did take him to see the first Pokemon movie when it came out in the theater.
Oh, yeah.
They even gave you like some promo cards.
I think they see it.
Ghastly.
Ghastly.
Yeah, I know his name. My dad just tells me every name of the Pokemon there is.
Well, you gotta memorize them all. You gotta.
He
start
does
doing
a
them
better
like
job than I
flashcards.
can.
I would say he knows more than he lets on.
Yeah.
Everyone can't read the riddle of them.
Ah,
Good job.
awesome. He's like, I'm out.
I was I'm going to jump off and actually put him to bed. So
I'm probably gonna jump
I
off
will
too. I had a long
see
day at
you guys
work,
all.
and I was even iffy on if I was gonna be here.
So-
Uh-oh. I think maybe Dan's the illusionist. He disappeared.
He went to go organize Chrome 3 and 4. or
There you
something.
go.
Yeah.
Sounds like a full-time
King.
job.
Right.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna jump off too.
So what time really?
it was fun talking with you guys all tonight. Thank
Absolutely.
you for a fun
Yes,
talking
it was
about
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks, guys.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate the new intro, Trenton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
nice,
it was
nice
awesome.
touch.
So I got a little bit of more work to do to it, but I just wanted to have it up done and quick.
I could probably work on it for a year and not come up with that. So.
It's the problem when I'm always doing stuff though, because like when I watch music videos or anything, like I'm always looking at them like oh, that'd be really cool to do. And then I try to do it, not realizing like I don't have a clue in the world what the hell I'm doing on some of this. Like I can figure it out, but like I don't know how to do it, and there's too many times.
You want to do step 100 before step 1.
Yeah, because
we all want to do that.
Of course, that's normal. Yeah, sure. 80 hours in, you'll get it. It's fine.
Yeah,
sure.
I can barely put a video clip in mine.
I don't do it at all.
Yeah,
too much YouTube. A lot of just watching YouTube, and plus, I mean, I've never done it like professionally or even YouTube or nothing, but I've always messed around with video editing and photo editing and stuff, and it's pretty similar.
I use Microsoft Paint, not joking, to do like my header cards for my YouTube videos. I just take a photograph and put some text on it. We're good.
Yeah, we didn't do too good a job, Toy Insanity, of talking about storage.
We did. We
Top
did
loader.
really well.
Yes, we did. We talked about the
Pages
and the boxes.
Go back when we finished the live, and they posted up not live. Watch this. We talk about storage.
Yeah, see.
I
have a lot of cardboard.
The whole binder set there. Yeah.
I have a lot.
Where
of
were you,
cardboard
Trent?
boxes.
Yeah, I love these shoe boxes. Most of mine are like that I keep my extras in, or like
there ain't no Jordans in there.
Triple wide. Oh no, this is all GPK.
That giant stack of vacation I saw on Rob's desk last week. It inspired me to collect all my vacation together, and I filled the entire box for it. I couldn't believe I opened that much. Like I had a whole giant 2 boxes full of stuff, and I was sorting my greens. Out.
That's my vacation.
Yeah,
oh, that's anxiety,
the Tower of Vacation.
No.
Yeah. It's like the Leaning Tower.
That stack gives me so much anxiety.
Oh, I love it. Don't change.
No, there are no sleeves, no nothing.
It's all
there were
glued
sleeves
together.
that would have fallen over by now.
Just drop some acrylic resin on it. Just resin it.
Listen, if you had my cats, nope.
No, mine was plastic stuff. So if I leave like
but
I leave penny sleeves out, he'll eat them.
Well, listen, it was great talking with everybody.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I gotta shower and get ready for work. It was nice meeting you, Stacy. Nice seeing Trenton again. Ricky, it was good seeing you. Rob, it was good doing a live video with you.
Yeah, it's about time.
We will see. This way, I always do it wrong. And Bobby Beast. That's your new name. I know Kimball gave that to you, but you well deserved of that name.
Yes.
It was nice talking with all you guys. Hope you all have a great night. We should do this again.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna be out too. So
I'm also see you guys.
Probably gonna call it a night here too. So
cool. Oh, that made a funny noise. Yeah.
I think Joe
have a good evening and until next week.
Phone's like, I'm cute.
See you, Rob.
Bye.
But yeah, like I said, I'll probably get out of here too. Thank you, Ricky and Joe. You guys are always here for it. So definitely appreciate that.
Just keep the storage tip of the day. Just keep it in a cardboard box. That was the top loaders and boxes. That's what
Yeah, nothing fancy.
It doesn't anything fancy. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys doing your live Sunday?
Yeah, well, it's Sunday. We're doing our my 100 sub giveaway. We're doing a Atom Bomb Bank, so we're going to be giving that away. I think you're in it.
Yeah,
so you're in that. So
I had to jump in on that one.
Yeah, you got to.
I usually try to stay out of the giveaways unless it's something I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, Joe, you should enter too. You can enter. It's fun. It's fun. So we'll be giving that away, and then I don't know what we're going to open. We'll find something to open. Maybe we'll draw something. I don't know. We're going to get back to doing. I'm going to get back to doing more sketch videos, sketch live streams next week. It's been kind of a busy few weeks, so. Yeah. See you Sunday at 4 p.m. So. All
right. Sounds good, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Thanks for coming on.
All right.
Thanks for everybody for watching.